Okay. You good? Testing, testing. Let's hear you on your mic.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm here.
Okay. Come on in before I start. Look at that butt, though. I never like check her out like that, but I just can't help it with the shorts.
How dare you?
She's like, yes. Okay. Finally. Good. She's like, I want you to look at me. God. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. Today, my guest is Vanessa Vega.
Hi.
Hi, Vanessa.
My first time meeting you.
I know.
Nice to meet you.
I know. Nice to meet you, too. Beautiful.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. So I have a few notes about you, and then we'll get on.
Nobody's ever had notes on me before. I feel a little nervous.
Is it? Oh, no, it's okay. I just stalked you a little on Google. It's cool. So you're 29 as of this year, correct? Yep. Awesome. Young girl. I just turned 32.
I'll take that.
I feel like an old lady over here.
Do you like make people ID you? I get angry when they don't ID me.
No, I actually... I don't drink, so I don't get ID'd. I did get ID'd before buying like a vape, and I was like, yeah, hold on a second. Here it is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel validated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So IAFD has you as 144 credits in film as a performer to date.
Whoa, that's cool.
And Vanessa's Avian Awards 2021 nominee for Best New Starlet, 2021 nominee Best Sex Scene Trans Lesbian, Menage a Trans 7. 2022 nominee for Gavian for Best Bi Scene.
We won that.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, it doesn't say that.
I got the award at home to prove it.
Perfect. Well, we have a Gavian winner, everyone. Not nominee, winner for Best Bi Scene. And my wife found out I'm bi.
Draven.
Love it.
Someone.
And then you have one more nominee for 2022 Avian Best Sex Scene Threesome, Moresome, Menage a Trans 7. I feel like the Menage a Trans 7 is pretty popular. If it has two different nominations.
It was a good fuck day, apparently.
Yeah, right? So where are you from?
I'm from Long Beach.
Long Beach? Nice. I like that area.
You know Long Beach?
Kind of. One of my really, really, really good friends is obsessed with it and is from there and lives there. So
I feel like it's like a smaller LA with like more parking.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
More chill vibes though.
Yeah.
It's not as like frantic as LA.
Yeah. LA has a special type of spiciness to the crazy.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. Where do you live at?
I'm trying to decide how honest I want to be right now.
You could say general like area or state.
I'm pretty successful of keeping my whereabouts low key, so I'm gonna say LA.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, I live in LA too. I live in the Valley, which I hate.
Within like an hour radius.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have lived in LA though. I lived off of Melrose for a while.
Oh, okay. I lived on the west side in Santa Monica for years, and I actually miss it. I was driving around Santa Monica last night, and I was like, I want to move back here. The sobriety's so much better over there. Yeah, that's probably why I think I miss it so much. And the people are cool. I don't know. Anyway, who cares about that? So you're in a polyamorous relationship with your marriage? Is that?
We're getting divorced.
Oh, you are?
We've been apart for 2 years, but yes. It was my first poly relationship.
Interesting. Can you explain to like people that are listening what polyamorous is and what it's like?
So, like, technical definition is, like, you can not only fuck other people, but you can, like, be in relationships with other people other than, like, your main partner. So we were married for, like, 5 years, and we were, like, fucking people together. I don't think either of us really officially had a boyfriend or girlfriend, but, like, we did date people, so I don't know if you could technically call us that. People like to be very specific about things. But we just did a whole lot of fucking, basically.
Okay.
And we had a really good time. And I think even though that was my first one, I don't think I could ever not be poly again.
Yeah. So it's just like what you're looking for in your next relationship. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm totally gonna out myself, but like, I was a cheater. I was a big cheater.
Yeah.
And now that I can be honest about it, like,
Yeah.
I don't ever want to go back to lying.
Yeah.
Because it feels so much like dirtier now.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather like just fuck everybody, but like be honest about it.
Yeah. The way I feel about the whole cheating thing is, and no judgment by any means, I don't understand it. I'm like, if someone is going to cheat, like, just don't either A, don't be in a relationship, or B, be in an open relationship. Or poly relationship, however you want to call it.
I just think it like it wasn't socially acceptable for like such a long time.
Yeah.
And like now it's just
gives
kind
a
of coming
shit?
into light. But like, you know, like for like if you're growing up in a world where that's all that there is like traditional relationships, like I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna cheat.
Believe me, I'm from the country in Michigan, so in the middle of nowhere. So like growing up, you know, it was very homophobic, racist, not in my household, but just in my town where I'm from and area in general. So I totally get that.
When did you leave?
So after I graduated college, I moved to Florida, and I was living in Florida for a while.
What part of Florida?
I was living in Jacksonville for a little bit, and then I moved down to Tampa, and I was in Tampa for a few years, and that's where I actually started my porn career, is like there while I was living there. I didn't actually perform while I was in Tampa, but anyway, and then I moved to California, and here I am.
I danced at Mons Venus.
Really? I danced at 2001 across the street, and the Dollhouse was my favorite.
Did
I'm really good.
Did you have to put dollars in the jukebox for your fucking stage sets?
At 2001? No, that must have started after I left because we had a DJ.
So weird.
Yeah. The weirdest thing to me, I think, was the webcam where people could watch the live feed of you on stage and they could tip you, and it would like make the rain sound and fake money would fall all over the stage. Whoa. And then the manager basically got like 65% of whatever that tip was. So at the end of the night, you'd go to the office to get your money.
Where's my 50 cents?
Yeah, you'd go to the office to get your money, and they'd be like, oh, hold on a second. They'd count it all out, and then they would take their chunk, and they would just be like, here you go, with like your whopping $25. I'm like, dude, fuck you. Yeah. How long did you dance for?
6 or 7 years, and like there was a period in time where I like had like a trailer, and I was like simultaneously working for a RV reservation company, so I was like reviewing the parks while traveling. So I did like a year and a half on the road and went like all through the South, went up to like Pennsylvania, and then went back down.
That sounds cool. I love traveling.
It was cool. Like I was really glad that I went to the South when I did. This is like 6 years ago. Because I don't, no offense, but like I feel like it's a much different climate now, and so I just like everybody was so kind, and like I went down to Key West, and I got topless at that weird topless bar.
Yeah,
did all the cool weird things.
Yeah.
Like ate some really good food. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
I love dancing.
Yeah, me too. I feel like you said, the climate was different. Like now, I don't know, man. COVID happened, and like everyone turned into like everyone has strong opinions about everything, and they have to force it on you, and it's like
I feel like
I don't
it's
like confrontation.
Oh my god, same.
So I'm like this,
dude. I will literally. I just.
Yeah, I can't.
The sky is green. Yes.
Yeah.
So correct. It is green.
Yeah, it's green, just like the lights in this room. The sky. Yep. We're gonna have someone in the comments. The sky's blue.
Yes, it is, baby. It's whatever color you want it to be.
Yeah. Do you do feature dancing?
No, and I was talking about that last night, actually.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I would love to, because I just I love everything about dance. It's like you
Yeah.
danced, right? You said you danced in 2001.
Yeah, I started stripping when I was 16. I had a fake ID to be 18. Yeah.
So maybe you love it a little more than I do.
Yeah, I love it. And it's funny too, because when I was dancing, it was nude. Like I started off like nude. So coming into porn, it was like, okay, like I'm naked. Now I just have sex. All right. Like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. My first time in a strip club was for the interview and I wanted to be a waitress, but they were like trying to sell me out being a dancer.
They always do that. They do that.
And then they were like, oh, well, we don't even have any waitressing positions available at this club, which was a really nice club. The waitressing positions they did have available was at the like shitty, people are getting peed on in the back room on the carpet kind of clubs.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just like, okay, cool. Yeah.
I love your facial expressions. You're like, okay, cool.
I just like backtracking.
I wanted to be a waitress. I said, fuck.
I only lasted as a waitress for like a month. But I don't know if you agree with this, but for me, it's like, I love being naked. And then like to dance to like your favorite song. And then like getting the adrenaline rush. Because like I don't like go out much. So like it's like a controlled environment where I can like be going out.
Yeah.
And then also be making money at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like all my favorite things.
I should give you my feature dancing agent's info and when we're done today. But yeah, no, it's amazing. Kenna and I were actually talking about that earlier. We get a little nervous though, because it's like they push you so hard in the promo. You're on their social media, you're on billboards, you're on different sign advertisements, radio advertisements, flyers that people are handing out and stuff. Like you're on sides of cars and. Yeah, it's a lot. And then you'll get to the club and everything. Whoa, Kenzie Taylor's here. It's going to be crazy. And I'm over here like, I'm just going to fucking dance.
I'm just worried, what if nobody showed up?
That has happened to me before.
I feel like that's worse.
I think it's happened to everyone because I've talked to a lot of girls that have featured and they've always had like one or two instances where they go somewhere and there's just nothing.
At least you're still getting paid to be there, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. I always try to make make light out of any situation. And I remember one time I went to this club. I don't even remember the area. I want to say Philly, but like, I don't know. I don't even remember. That's how important it was. But they were like relaunching with a new owner or something like that. They did not promo me at all. Like I wasn't on any social media, nothing. Like not one thing, no signs, nothing. And I walk into the club, they didn't even know who like I was. And I was like, hey, I'm here to feature. And they're like, what? Like everyone was confused. They went and grabbed the manager. The manager was confused. He had to call the other manager.
Shoot.
I felt like such a dickhead. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna exit stage left.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, cool, glad I'm here.
Yeah, and then because there was no advertising, when I went on stage, they said like they say your bio, like they'll say a little bit about you or whatever, and then you go out. So they would do my bio, and then I'd be on stage, and I think there was like maybe 3 people both nights I was there. It was really bad, and each person at the tip rail would be like, hey, how long have you danced here for? What's your name? Do you live around here? I was like, oh God.
You're like, I wish I drank right now.
Kill me now. Yeah, seriously. I'm not gonna lie. There are moments where I'm like, man, I would love to do some drugs right now and drink.
Jesus.
It's a little difficult at times like that to be like, oh, I'm sober.
The most I ever drank in my life is when I was dancing. It's like they're literally like, why are you not drinking here?
I know.
Alcohol, drink it.
I know.
Why you no drink?
Plus, I will say this: it takes the edge off of just
having
worrying.
to cold call, fucking meet somebody where they're at and sell your fucking ass to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just like worrying about like, I don't know. For me, it was really weird. It was like, I didn't care. Cool. I'm naked. Awesome. I'm whatever. Here I am. But I always had an issue, and I still kind of do now. I try not to, but with like comparison of like, oh God, like that girl's gonna think I look weird, or
with women,
I look fat, or yeah. It's really weird. I don't know. Nowadays, it's not along the lines of looks. It's more along the lines of like, oh, this person's doing this. I really wish I could do that. oh man, like stupid.
I
don't
have
know.
an answer for that, but it's one of those things where you're gonna hear me, but like if it doesn't speak to you, it doesn't speak to you.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
The thing that just like kind of made me come to peace with that
Yeah.
was like, there's like different items on the menu. And
Yeah.
some people are vegetarian, some people are allergic to this.
Yeah.
And just because you're not someone's specific flavor doesn't mean that you're not hot. Or like, what is it? Dita Von Teese is like, you could be the juiciest peach, but somebody could hate peaches. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, you're a juicy ass fucking peach.
Oh my God, Vanessa, stop. I'm blushing.
It like oddly makes me feel like
hiding.
really great about myself though.
Yeah.
And I feel like it makes like if we all work together,
Yeah.
like if you and I were to go up to a group together in the strip club, our chances of making money just doubled because
1,000%. Yeah.
There's multiple guys there who have
Yeah.
different needs.
Exactly. That is one thing I will say that has helped me, and I did hear you what you said. I do hear you on that, and you are correct. Another thing that's helped me too is just recognizing there's really no comparison. We're all different. We all have something unique about us, and there's no comparison. We're all our own person. We all think differently, feel differently, conduct our lives differently. Like, you know what I mean? React to situations differently. So
We're getting all deep, and I didn't let you
Look
finish my
differently,
Google
yeah.
deep dive on me.
you're like, let me light this joint back up.
I'll
What
drink my
the
water so I
hell?
can close my mouth a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Me.
I'm over here like, yeah, so let's just talk really deep about what the hell's going on with me. So what doors has the industry opened for you thus far?
Like specific job opportunities,
Just
or like
any- just
within
any-
myself.
Any doors in general. Yeah, it can be within yourself, within other opportunities, or
I think I've realized that I'm super into like many different things that make up this job. Like I learned, I taught myself how to edit. Like I took an online class, and then I started getting into like weird specifics with like After Effects and like that kind of weird stuff. So like I was like, okay, like that's cool. Something I didn't think I'd be into. And then now I'm like, I'm starting. That's how I met her. Is I was shadowing a director and like trying to learn more stuff about camera. I'm producing my own content for some companies in Germany and like selling my stuff. So like that's cool, and it's like something that I never really thought I would do. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of thought that I was like gonna parlay my dancing into I want to be like a homesteader. That's like my home, my big goal. Like I want to like grow all my own food and like have solar panels, and like rainwater turns into this for the bathroom.
so like
and,
hippie life.
yeah,
I love
so
that.
I always thought like I was always focusing on like sewing and knitting and crocheting because like it was like tools for me for that. So like in a weird way, old me thought that learning computer things is frivolous. But now that I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh, like I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I could still do this while I'm homesteading because I could just do it from my house
Yeah.
while still farming.
Are you like an introvert then? Do you like to be by yourself and home and all that stuff? Yeah. What do you do in your free time?
Knit and
Yeah.
crochet. I do like I donate blankets and stuff, so I'll make blankets, and then
Oh, that's really cool. Where do you donate them to?
it's for the NICU program for the hospital. Yeah.
Oh, the
and
little babies, little preemie babies. I love babies.
it makes me sad. I don't want to think about it. It makes me want to cry. I knit and crochet.
Well, you're keeping them warm, so that's a happy thing. Yeah.
I have my little garden on my patio.
Do you have any pets?
No. I would have to pay pet insurance where I stay. And I'm like, if I get a pet, like I'd rather wait until I'm like have my own property so they can have like a whole life.
I feel that because I live in an apartment and I have 2 Frenchies and, you know, have to pay pet. Yeah. the little one does it. She's laughing. She knows.
I live with one.
Frankie, my baby one, she's 7 months old, but she's like,
They're all drooly. Yeah.
and Benny, he doesn't really make that noise. He just goes.
so cute.
Yeah, they're my babies. But yeah, I have to pay like pet rent, which is kind of dumb, but I do agree with you on having your own space because That is one thing. I want to have a home with a yard so I can just put a doggy door and they can just roam free.
I think what it is like the
living
social
in an
anxiety,
apartment.
like of having to go outside and talk to neighbors. Like I would fucking hate that.
Yeah.
So like to have a dog that could just like go out and run around and then come back in the house, like that's much more desirable.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, like, did you ever see the movie the dog and the hound, something in the hound, Fox and the Hound?
Oh yeah, the cartoon movie. Yeah.
I want a little bastard with big floppy ears.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Dude, my mom used to love that movie. She's like, I'm gonna get that dog tattooed on me. I'm like,
It's
why?
a sad movie.
Yeah. It
But
really
a
is. I
fucking cute
cried
dog.
when I was a kid. I kind of want to watch it again just because
know,
I like
those
remember
little
it, but like I
floppy
don't.
ears.
Yeah. We're like getting all emotional over a Disney movie.
But essentially, I'm an old lady, and then
I love
when
that.
I have to like do my customs.
You're a hot old
or-
lady.
Thanks.
I'm just saying.
When I have to do my customs or whatever, I like break, put on like makeup and stuff, and then go back to what I was doing. I do a lot of
So
cooking
you
and stuff.
shoot all your own stuff then?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I do a lot of studio work too.
No. I mean, for your own content, you shoot it all yourself, or do you have someone that does the camera work for you?
I would say like 70% of the time, and then like sometimes you work with people who have like a designated shooter, or like their boyfriend, or like Dean Capture. Like I've hired him to do a few of them, but like majority of the time it's me. I hired Dean to teach me how to do like lighting and stuff, and it's just like
He's
there's
great.
so much that goes into it.
There really is, because I actually, my directorial debut is going to be on the 24th of this month, but yeah.
Congratulations.
So being a gay porn director is something I've wanted like for the longest time, like a very long time. And I finally got the opportunity to direct for Next Door Studios, and I'm now a director for Next Door Studios because they loved what I did
Golf clap
and
for
what
you.
everyone did, my crew and the cast. But yeah, that it's a learning experience, all of it. It's honestly, I will say, probably the thing that is the most time consuming is pre-production. Everything that goes into that, like shopping for the props or the food for everyone, setting up the schedules, making sure like pretend this is my script and I'm like going through and I'm writing notes on the side of like I make sure I get this shot and this shot and this shot, because when you're in the moment sometimes you can't think of every little tiny thing. So I just think so fast. I don't know if that's just how I am or if it's because I'm crazy. I don't know. But I just think so quickly that like a lot of the times I need to like write stuff down. Like I have so many notes in my phone because I'll just be brainsting and I'm like, I gotta write that down.
It's like a 3 a.m. Remember to add this to my grocery
Yeah,
list.
no, dead ass.
Yeah.
Like I do that. It's crazy. Like I actually texted her this morning, but I had already put it in my notes of like, hey, grab these SD cards from Target and here's the address. And I did it all like half asleep. Like, it's just
And
crazy.
I feel like the crazy thing about porn is like the difference from set to set of like that's literally could be one whole person's, they do everything. Or like there's someone who does their scripts, there's somebody who does this is that. It's like the range of possibilities for like for responsibilities is truly mind-blowing.
It really is. So for that in particular, I wrote the script and the scenario and everything like that, and then sent it to the team, and one of their writers just tweaked it a little. So basically both of us wrote it. And then I had a production manager, and then I have camera A, camera B, and then my camera A also does stills. So a pretty small team, not like necessarily huge, but we do a lot.
Are you at liberty to
It's a
discuss
lot.
talent? Do you have like a
Yeah, because I think this will be out after my debut. So in the scene, it is Michael Boston, who's one of my besties, and Joseph Castellan, and then Johnny Ford is a non-sex role, and it is called Secret Affairs. So
I'm so excited for you.
yeah, thank you. I'm super stoked. I'm not gonna lie, like when I got the opportunity and like they told me, like the actual CEO and the executive producer, when they actually told me like basically, in a nutshell, that they're gonna take a shot on, trying me out basically, I got off the phone and I fell on the floor and I was just crying.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, are you all right? I'm like, I'm just so happy.
It's just a way of processing.
Yeah, he comes and grabs me. I'm not a crier, but like when I'm like extremely happy to the point where I can't contain it, that's when I cry. Or I cry if I'm like extremely frustrated beyond belief. But for the most part, it's mainly happy cries, which makes me feel like a baby because like before sobriety, I wasn't like that. I was just like, meh, all the time.
Like, so beautiful though.
Yeah. Are you a crier?
I'm very like, especially when I was doing that RV trip, so many bad things happened.
Really?
Just thing after thing after thing of getting broken down, or this was going wrong, or and so I would just sob for like a solid 5-10 minutes, and then I'd be like, all right, let's do this, and then I'd immediately handle it. And it was just like such a it was an efficient way of doing things.
Yeah,
I just gotta get the tears out and then I can move on. But I probably looked really crazy a lot of the time.
My therapist says though, she says all the time, it's okay to have a good cry. Everyone needs a good cry.
It's just like, I think it's because I don't like have much anger in me.
Yeah,
it's like
it comes out in another way.
Yeah, it comes out in tears.
Are you a handy person? Like if there's a mechanical issue or
cars? Not really. I'm like trying to learn how to like get better with the drill. I can like do it, but anchors are really hard for me for some reason. Like when I drill holes just by themselves, they always turn into like this size. And I have to call someone to fix my wall.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really handy, so I can help you anytime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of sound effects.
Yeah. Definitely. Christian's gonna edit it and he's like, okay, take out these retarded sound effects.
Yeah, teach me how to put my anchor in.
I really am handy though. It's funny. I know how to change a tire. I know how to change oil in a car. Like, I don't know. I think growing up in the country, like those are things I learned. I learned how to shoot a gun, shoot a bow.
Does
like
it snow there?
Yes, in Michigan.
I feel like people who grew up in snow, you guys are like a lot cooler and like stronger like, mentally and physically and everything else, because like there's so many things I didn't know about. Like if the snow starts, then like you need to fill up your bathtub in case there's like the water freezes over and like salt on the ground and all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Black ice is the most dangerous to drive in, or slush is really bad too. It can hydroplane your car different ways. Yeah, that's why I laugh here in California when it rains. People drive like 10 miles an hour and they're like this. I'm like, you guys would die if you had to drive in the snow. Like,
have you been to New York?
Yes, I love New York.
So the drive in New York, I feel like is very like every man for themselves.
Oh yeah.
But then I see them driving here and they drive like shit. And I'm like, what?
I haven't seen any New Yorkers driving here.
I have. It's awful.
Really?
Every single one of them are awful.
Well, to be fair, they're used to like a lot of like
stop and go,
slamming on the brakes, go, slamming on the brakes, go. That's why a lot of the times if I go to New York, I'll try to stay in an area where I can just walk everywhere, because I get so fucking
driving is infuriating.
I get so sick in the back of the taxi because I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't mind when my head bobs like that, but it's when I'm like sucking a dick. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened.
I'll say it. It's okay. It's my podcast. Love to suck dick. I like when my head's doing that for that.
Some girl at the party yesterday, she was like, God, my neck, I need to get a massage. I think it's from whatever. And I was like, it's probably also from all the dick sucking that you do.
Seriously, I'm not even lying. My first blow bang I ever did, which I loved. Oh my God, blow bangs are awesome. I threw my neck out because the last position that we did, before the pop shot, the last position, they had me upside down and they were like, fucking my throat while I'm hanging upside down basically on this couch. And one of the guys, while he was doing it, grabbed the back of my neck and it was like, I'm like, oh shit. And when we got done, I was literally like this. I could hardly turn. Yeah. yeah. And like, I don't know about you, but like, I love cum in my eyes. I know that some people are like,
it's that good pain.
What? Yeah. I'm like, I love the like, not like just feeling like,
I don't put
you're
the
in my eye. Yeah.
It's like a badge of honor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I also don't know, maybe this is a little too far for you, but I don't shower after scenes. I like driving home smelling like a skank.
I shower. Yeah, I shower. I always shower. Just I don't know why. Like I do know why. I worked in nursing before porn, and I'm just like a really like hygienic person of like. Not saying you're not hygienic. I'm like,
I will own to being gross for that. I'm just like smelling like the residue of cum on my face for like an hour while I'm in the car.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had pop shots on my face or, you know, in my hair and stuff, and I didn't wash that. I just washed my body. I've done that many times. But as far as like washing my body, I think basically every time I wash my body. I scrub with like a HIPAA cleanse. I'm scared. I don't want to get a fucking ringworm or
you were a nurse
monkeypox now. Like,
dude, right?
I laugh, but like it's not even funny. It's.
Have you scheduled your? I have mine scheduled through the clinic.
So Sean was gonna give me the the hookup for it. Yeah. No, I'm gonna get the vaccine for sure. You asked a question.
Did I?
Yeah. Before that, I don't know.
I forgot.
Yeah, I'm just. Taking in the fumes. I love the smell of it. What? Oh. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so I was a LPN studying for my RN. So LPN in Michigan is licensed practical nurse, which is above a CNA but below an RN. So I was doing that. My last field I worked in was hospice, which was depressing.
I can only imagine.
I seen a lot of dead bodies, a lot, and it sounds really morbid and disgusting, but whatever. Going through that and you know, dealing with bodily fluids and all the stuff that we deal with now, it's nothing. Like, I don't care if I'm doing a boy girl anal scene and the girl shits all over, like, you know, I'm like, oh, whatever, just wipe it off and keep going. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people freak out over it. Number one,
I
it's
get
like
angry almost when people are like that.
Dude, it's an ass. It's an ass.
It's literally our job. Can we move on?
Yeah, but also it's like it's where shit comes out of.
What is it? Michael Vegas is like, you don't go to someone's house and not expect them to be there.
What?
You don't go to someone's house and not expect them to be there.
It took me a minute to get that one. He always has those little like mind twists, like where you're like, what?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's so true. Write that down, Hadley. That's important. I'm just kidding. She grabs her notebook.
Stenographer in the corner.
So, how would you describe your sexual orientation? What do you identify?
So, I would consider myself pansexual.
Samesies.
I don't know why this like bothers me for some reason.
Pan life.
But somebody on like I had like an Instagram question and they were like, it's like weird to me that you consider yourself pansexual, but like you mostly like thirst after like cis men, and I'm like, she's talking about specifically about my Twitter posts, and I was like, my Twitter is like number one, like specifically business driven, like who I shoot with. But
it's
like,
your brand.
Yeah, but I also shoot with so much trans women and like everyone.
I don't listen to what people say, to be honest with you, especially like, when it's like negative stuff. That's why I actually dislike Twitter. I really do. I use this thing called TweetDeck and I plan out my tweets. I try not to get on Twitter as much.
Is that the one that you have to pay $100 a month or something?
No, it's free.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that because there was another one and it was $100 a month, and I was like,
I think that one is the Hootsuite.
Yes.
That I hate that one. I used it and it was dumb, and I found TweetDeck and it's free.
Thank you.
Good
to know.
But I love that. That way I can just, you know, my posts go up, and if I get on, I check my mentions, retweet a few things, and then get off because it's just negative, and I'm like, I don't want to be around this.
I just feel like I could end up with really anybody at any time. I feel like I'm more into like a specific personality type. Like I'm into people who like, if I looked back at like all the people that I like seriously dated, and all of them owned like a company, and they were all a little bit older than me, and they were all like, even as women, they were just like bigger than me usual, like taller or like a little bit. You like
your significant others to be older,
like typically? Even if it's a year. I don't know what it is. I just like, I think I have a thing about dating people younger than me. It kind of icks me.
So I was talking to this girl because in my marriage, I can have a girlfriend. He's cool with it as long as, you know, the three of us can bang periodically. But I was talking to this like girl for a while, and she's a couple years younger than me, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's not that bad. Like, she's got her shit together. Not at all. Definitely not at all. No judgment, but I'm just saying, like, I'm glad that I realized things for how they were, because I kept spending a lot of like time and energy into someone that like literally wasn't even reciprocating that to like even 50%.
And especially with like what we do and like what you're doing, and you're gonna start directing full time. Like, our job is 24/7. It's 25/7 a day.
Yeah,
it's
1,000%.
And you have a husband already. Like, why the fuck are you gonna put 1 ounce of energy into someone if it's not like getting back to you, or, and you know what I'm saying, or benefiting your life? It's just
that's
stupid.
what I'm saying, Vanessa. God,
it's just truly, it's just like, bleh.
It's really frustrating, to be honest. I wrote an important note down. Hold on. I'm sorry, by the way, about bringing up the marriage thing.
Why?
Just because I didn't know. I feel bad now.
I'm very happy about it, so don't be sorry.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Something you said that I read previously regarding giving advice to a new performer. You said, never ever feel shy or bad about abdicating for yourself. Your agents don't follow you to shoots, so you need to be the one asserting your boundaries. I love you that you stated that, because it's like beyond true. You know, a lot of people are afraid to stick up for themselves, and you know, stating that for others, you're sticking up for, you know, women, men, or non-binary people that, you know, are afraid to use their voice by saying that. And I really appreciate that. When I read that, I was like, I dig this chick.
Even with like the people that I feel like are very loud about like, your agents work for you. People, and I understand, because we were all new. We all started somewhere. And it's like intimidating. And you realize very quickly that this is like a very small circle. And one person knows something, everybody's going to know something.
Yep.
And so you think like, okay, if I don't do this or whatever, so it's like you feel like you need to like kind of feel everything out before you can say something.
Yeah.
So I totally understand where these girls are coming from, and I can see it the second that I meet someone. I can see it in their fucking face.
Yeah.
And so I start like interrogating them and asking them questions so I can see like how I can help them, because nobody deserves, especially in this business, like, we're putting our asses literally on the line.
Yeah.
And like, we're risking everything, our family, our futures. So like, nobody should be taking advantage of, especially when they're not getting anything out of it.
I totally agree. I feel like too, I have seen some women in our industry, and I also have seen women in mainstream as well, you know, come forth with different things. And then companies don't want to hire them anymore because they say that person's a liability, even though all they were doing was,
they're difficult.
was stating like, hey, this happened, or hey, I'm not okay with this, which is really sad.
So I don't know if you agree with me, and I know this is like the hardest thing to do, fully acknowledging that, but I feel like the best thing to do is to handle it in the moment.
1,000%.
It's like the best way to deal with things. And it like kind of just like nips things in the bud, and then that person knows how to treat you moving forward. So like, example, somebody says something and you're like, if you say that again, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes me uncomfortable. Let's not go there.
Exactly.
And like get all calm, and then it's a matter of getting the stern, and then okay, so where were we?
Yeah.
And going right back to it.
Yeah, because addressing it, you know, a week later, or, you know, a month later, it's like, okay, not saying I don't believe you, but why wasn't this addressed previously?
But even in situations like what we're taught is like, call your agent after the shoot if you have a problem.
Yeah.
I did that and I still had a problem.
Wow.
And so I have handled it literally within the second, which again, it's hard to fucking do, especially
Girl,
when you're new.
who is it? I'm going to beat him up.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Nobody
I just feel like we have a responsibility that you brought that up about like how to like help people in the moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really the only thing to do, unfortunately.
I think it's so huge. Like when I was new, you know, 7 years ago, girls were not nice to me. Like I did not have someone that I could just be like, hey, you know, how do I do this? Or what should I do here? The first person that was actually nice and like helpful to me was later on down the line, probably about a year and a half in. And that was Callie Carter and Kendra Lust. Both of them were like extremely helpful and kind to me. But before that, like nobody was fucking nice.
Yeah, there's no fucking rule book. There's no buddy system.
Exactly. And I couldn't, every time I asked like for help and stuff, it was like SOS. Like I felt like I was drowning.
Or
right?
they would like purposely do shit to make you fuck up.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm at the point now, obviously, it's after, you know, fucking 7 years. I'm obviously not new now, and I know, you know, things and stuff, and I work with new girls, or I'm on a set where a new girl comes there, and she'll ask me a question, and I've had this happen so many times, and it makes me so sad. She'll ask a question, and then she'll be like, I'm so sorry if I'm bothering you, like I'm really sorry. I'm like, honey, you are not bothering me. Like I want to help female performers. Like I don't care if you've been in 27 years or you've been in 2 days. Slide in my fucking DMs and ask anything you want. I'll tell you how I prep for anal, how to fucking open up for the camera, like the workouts I do at the gym that help me. Like I'm an open book. Like I will literally help any female performer. You know what I mean? I have no issue with that. But when people say that, you know, I don't want to bother you. I'm like, you're not bothering me.
No.
Or about, you know, the douching stuff. A lot of people.
I had no idea what it is. And I didn't know you had to pull it out all the way into the clip. And so I'm like, it's so, you know,
like
Suzanne,
it's so short.
Suzanne Ferrari.
Yeah.
She taught me.
Okay.
Yeah. And so credit to her. And then also, I want to give a shout out to, what's her name? Oh my God, what is her name? Vanessa, no. Oh my God, she's so hot. Oh my God, I feel so bad. She is with Next Level. She's in a band. Big curly brown hair.
Victoria Vox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She taught me
She's
how to
sweet.
do anal. Like to the detail. And so that was like a huge, huge help. My second scene was anal.
Yeah.
So like I had to learn it very quickly. And I didn't do anal before porn.
Yeah. The funny thing, I tried doing anal before porn with this Korean guy that I was seeing. And like he just didn't know how to work it. Like it was just like, all right, whatever.
It's not good until your like butt is like I can come now from butt sex.
Yeah, I will say though, like my first like probably 5-6 scenes for anal, I wasn't like, oh, I fucking love this. Like now I'm like, oh fuck yeah, you want to fuck my ass? But like before, I wasn't like. You know what I mean? I wasn't just relaxed.
No,
like
okay,
I didn't know. Like you know, just relax and it feels good.
Yeah, the breathing is.
I was so nervous.
So my first anal scene, the 2 male performers were there. And
who was it with?
So it was originally I was supposed to have Oliver Flynn. So if everybody knows Oliver,
shout out to Oliver,
big guy, okay?
Amazing,
and he also has a curve if I remember correctly.
A little bit, yeah.
But then at the last second, I'm not going to name names, the girl who had the scene before me, she was like, actually, no, I want Oliver. And so I got John Strong, which actually worked out in my favor.
Love John.
John is fabulous.
He is literally like one of the veterans that like, he's just so kind. And
I love Oliver, just to be clear about that.
Yeah.
But for first time
but
anal.
someone stole him.
First time anal, you don't want Oliver. That's a big dick.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah. My first anal scene, I don't even remember the guy's name, but yeah, he was like maybe 6 inches. So it was just like, all right, there's nothing. And then like, I think my second anal scene I did was with Manuel.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not even kidding. I told this story prior on my podcast, but that was the day for everyone that watches my podcast or listens.
That's the day that
that was the day that I shot the butt plug and shit out of my ass.
Yeah.
Not on film. It was when I was prepping.
No, I feel
I was just so nervous, and also I didn't know like to take Imodium. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to learn all these things, but now I'm like, I know exactly. But everybody's digestive system's different.
Yeah.
Because I know girls that like can straight up like be eaten in and out.
But they probably have tested the waters though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to see what works for you.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, me, I'm like, I'll be good. You know, I got a clear stream, but I'm like, I want to have like a banana and like some fruit.
Yeah.
I don't want to have like a heavy.
I'll eat right before. Literally immediately before.
Yeah. I'll just have like some fruit and stuff. And then like afterwards, I'll be like, all right, why do I want a Chipotle burrito right now? So good. I love it. So what is your go-to after anal food? Do you have something that you love? I know it's a weird question,
food.
but yeah. Oh God.
It's like the
So
epitome
does
of what
Seth.
you're not supposed to eat before anal. So it's like
Seth loves Indian food, and I hate it.
okay,
The smell is just like,
okay. I was gonna say I never liked Indian food until an actual Indian person took me to get Indian food and like ordered me the right things. But if it's the smell, then like you can't get past that.
Yeah, no. The smell, because we lived in this apartment building in Santa Monica that was like right basically a couple buildings down from an Indian like restaurant, and I smelled it all the time, and I was just
it's
like,
a deep smell.
yeah. It's very pungent.
I love it though. It's delicious.
Well, I'm glad that you like it.
So yours is Chipotle.
Yeah, either Chipotle burrito or like sushi.
Mm-hmm. Have you taken Dread in your butt?
Yes, I love
I know.
Dread.
Yeah,
He's one of my favorite people. As a person too, I just love Dread. I really do.
Man of all time.
He really is. Mm-hmm. He's fucking awesome. But yeah, took him in mass, and I was like, whoop. I'm proud of my ass. I can do anything.
We should have T-shirts.
T-shirts?
I fucked Dread, and I survived.
I survived Dreadzilla.
Right?
With like Godzilla with his dick.
Oh God.
I gotta text him that. That'd be so funny. Like, okay. What's something that you do to like balance out, you know, because we do work all the time. It's, you know, like you said, it's 24/7. Like, what do you do to balance out, you know, like your work life and like maintaining like your mental health?
Well, number one, I want to shout out Pineapple Support.
Yeah,
they
of course.
hooked it up with an awesome therapist that I love.
Great.
So I feel like that's super important for sex workers to have, just like period.
Yeah, that is. Their website is pineapplesuport.org.
Should we Google this?
Can you Google it?
Thank you.
Hold, please.
But also I feel like three things. Having your own sex life outside of porn that's not filmed. Mm-hmm. Super important. Mm-hmm. Masturbation, sex life.
Definitely masturbation.
It's just hugely important because like I had a point, and I don't know about you, but like where I couldn't remember the last time that I had sex when that wasn't on film. And it's just like this weird, like I remember I met someone that was just like outside of the industry. What is it?
.org. I was right. Yes.
Pineapplesupport.org.
Yeah, pineapplesupport.org. Check it out.
And I went to go hook up with this girl, and I like almost came at her with like 1,000% porn energy, and I had to like mentally stop myself. Yeah. And I felt like kind of creepy or weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It was this weird feeling.
I can't talk. That didn't happen to me, but I have felt creepy and weird before to a girl because I'm like, my husband jokes all the time. He's like, you're basically gay. I'm like, I'm pansexual, but like I do love like cis women. I do. Like,
I came to the party last night. He was so horny.
I know.
So many hot girls. God. Oh my God.
I know. I was researching for my podcast. God damn, I'm a businesswoman. Anyway. But yeah, like just being like, I don't know, like I love to be like touchy feely, especially like say we're on set and we're about to like work together and stuff. Like I would like to like, like rub your arm or like hug you or like just
Kiss my butt.
Anything. You know what I mean? I'm a very like just like hands-on affectionate person, and like nowadays I'm like, is this okay? Can I rub your arm? Like I just feel like a, I don't know, creepy weirdo.
No, I feel you.
Okay. And I don't want to be.
So extracurricular sex life.
Yes.
Doing things that you genuinely love.
Yes.
Which you got to figure out what those are, which
Exactly.
sometimes is a hard thing in and of itself. But like beach, good food.
Yeah,
bath
just
time.
a little soul searching. Yeah, try a million different things.
And then what was my number 3? I had a good number 3. Sleeping. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
sleeping is so important because our bodies, man.
Yep.
Our bodies,
If
especially
I
if you're
don't
doing gangbangs and shit, like you feel like you got hit by a car the next day. So like,
I've never done a gangbang yet, but
motherfucking sleep and motherfucking water. Hugely
water
important.
is very important. Also, 7 Red Bulls a day is very important.
I
too.
mean, I did drink a venti cold brew before I came here.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I wish I had that venti iced matcha green tea latte, but Hadley had to fight the barista
You know
at
what's a bummer?
Starbucks.
So I went to the weed store before I came here, and they had free coffee. And
At a weed store?
yeah,
Wow.
and they had matcha, and I was like, you know what, like maybe I should grab one for later. Maybe somebody will want one. And they had matcha, and you know what, that would have been such a weird.
God damn you,
kismic
Vanessa.
thing.
Leave and come
Now
back.
it's my fault. I'll take it. It's okay.
I said I wanted matcha!
Everybody's like, how is it on Kenzie's podcast? She screamed at me because I didn't bring her matcha.
It's cool. I can take it.
So, if you could tell everyone where they can find you and anything else like projects or movies that you're passionate about or anything that you want to plug in, go ahead. You can look at that camera.
All of my socials are Vanessa Vega X. Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, all those things. Do I have something fun coming up? I mean, just like a yay for me, I'm going to Europe in a few weeks, but it's probably when you're watching this. So imagine
Yay.
me somewhere in Italy like this, but drinking wine.
Love it.
That's what I'm plugging.
I'm
for
going to go in your
myself.
suitcase. I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Yeah, I'm just going
It's
by
on my
myself,
list.
and I just am getting a 3-bedroom villa on some weird island in Italy, and I'm just gonna drink. and
3
eat.
bedrooms for
It was
yourself?
$35.
That's amazing. Are you going to
know.
sleep? I would do a different bed each night.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I would literally.
I'm in this room now.
I'm in this room. Look, I'm going to film some content in here. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other room tonight. Like, that's literally what I would do.
I'm excited.
I'd probably jump on all the beds too because I'm 2 years old. So, and your OnlyFans?
Also, Vanessa Vega X.
Vanessa Vega X for everything, guys. So give her a follow and check her out on Pornhub. And and thank you so much for coming. I really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
you and your time.
Thank you.
And I will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.